The following program is produced by Marshfield Community Television.
Well, today we have a special episode on Cooking with Ruth. In fact, it's a little bit different than what we've ever done. We typically don't make dog food
or puppy treats.
Puppy treats. So in honor of the MAPS, which is the Marshfield Area Pet Shelter, we decided, since Brianna and Brett have both been so passionate about the cause of saving the animals in the area and taking care of the pets, we decided it would be fun to do something special for them. So we have Denise Kann with us, and she works with the association with MAP, so she's going to tell you a little bit more about the fundraiser.
Our dinner is Friday evening at the Hotel Marshfield, and it starts at 5 o'clock with the social hour. The dinner doors will open up at 6:15. During the 5 o'clock to 6:15 time span, you can purchase raffle tickets for several of the raffle baskets that we have available. And we are also having a silent auction. We have about 20 different items for that. Some of them are very unique. And then at 6:30 the dinner will start. And we will have a presentation by Jeff Cannon. And Karen Rao will also give a presentation on the MAPS building, the temporary home that they're housed in at this time on 24th Street. And we will be looking for donations.
Something we've done a lot in Marshfield, well, wherever we've lived actually, is we've been really involved with fundraisers. And so I've never actually been involved with a pet, shelter fundraiser. So we just thought it'd be kind of fun. We don't have any pets ourselves. We had 4 children, and our kids all begged for dogs, and we never had any. So our daughter Megan has her dog, a puppy, which is about 8, 9 months old now, Mia. And then our son Matthew has a cat, so we kind of have Kramer. So we have a grand puppy and a grand kitty. So that's about as far as we go with animals. But we decided, since we're doing this thing for the fundraiser, that we would make some puppy treats. So it's kind of fun. In fact, when we made the first one, Gary thought that it tasted really good. And maybe he would want to eat this if he runs out of something else. So this is kind of a unique one. So I'm going to let you and Gary, I will kind of tell you what it's all about, and let you guys actually do this.
Actually mix it together?
So you can mix it. Okay. So the first one that we're going to make is a frozen treat. Okay. So the recipe I'm using is 1 cup Greek yogurt. So you put that in your dish.
Okay.
And
let Denise stir then? Is that Denise's?
Yeah, so let Denise stir.
She's going to be the responsible one to make sure this is mixed up
Denise.
properly.
So
I have not seen this happen yet. I've only tasted it, but I didn't see the process of mixing it. Ruth did that the other day.
And this is actually a quarter of the recipe. It calls for a 32-ounce container of Greek yogurt and 1 cup of peanut butter. So I decided, we weren't sure exactly how this was going to turn out. So we were using 1 cup of Greek yogurt and a 1/4 cup of peanut butter. And all you have to do is stir the 2 ingredients together, and then you're going to put them in these little miniature cupcake papers, which are then going to be frozen.
And how long?
That's it.
That's as simple as that. And how long? Freeze
It
them
is
overnight?
as simple. So I will show you the end product. I just put the cupcake containers in pans in the freezer in a plastic box, and I let them freeze overnight. One thing I didn't realize was when I tried to take them out of the pans, it was a little bit hard, so I just let them sit out for a few minutes, and then I was able just to pop them out. The directions say to take them out for about 10 to 15 minutes before serving to your puppy. But it's as simple as that.
And so these are the ones you tried?
I tried those, yes.
Okay. Right,
Yep.
Yeah, not frozen.
Not frozen. You need to let them sit out.
Yeah, so we're just going to sit a couple out here. And we actually have a special guest that we are going to be inviting to test some of these treats a little bit later. And it's not you.
Okay.
And then we're going to get started with our next puppy treat. I was actually kind of amazed when I saw all the different recipes online that you can make, and they're actually very healthy. We don't know, I don't know that much about, you know, like what animals can have and what they can't have. So I do know that
Can't have chocolate.
they can't have chocolate, and I think even some different
go back and do
spices
some other
are
refills
probably
here.
not a good thing. But this person had all kinds of recipes, so apparently these are going to be okay. So the next recipe we're going to make are these cute little dog bone treats. So these are all ingredients that you would probably have in your house. We're going to start with a half a cup of pumpkin. And I did hear that dogs do like, you know, things like pumpkin and applesauce, things like that, so you can make them special, and they're also flavorful too. Although Gary did admit when we tried this one, he didn't think that it was very appealing to the
Nah.
palate.
Yeah, I'm more of a sweets kind of guy, and this thing has no sugar in it, what you're making there,
Yeah.
other than a little bit of whatever molasses.
Yeah, so we've got
sweetener is in there, but not that sweet at all.
no. So we have a 1/4 cup of molasses.
Okay.
And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of water. Molasses is very hard to get out of your container.
I can just leave these. I'm back to this recipe, Ruthie. I can just leave these kind of
Right. And what I did
not
was
necessarily
there's a
smoothed out,
plastic container
Okay.
on the bottom there. You can just pop those
Oh, stick
two
them
in
both
there
and put them right in
and
there.
just stick them in. Yep.
Did you want to look
Okay,
that off
I'll let you do that.
Was it as good as yesterday?
I mean, what can go wrong? It's Greek yogurt and peanut butter.
I know. Okay, a 1/4 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, okay, so you can stir this, Denise. Okay.
Oh, Denise is going to be such a good stir. We could probably get rid of a couple
She
of our
is. Oh,
electric
just make sure you
mixers.
don't
Oh,
get
yeah.
get
Yeah.
that oily stuff on you, Denise. I won't be responsible for you getting oil on
Is
your
it too late
your
to ask
outfit.
if you wanted an apron?
Would you like an apron?
Probably is.
I could have brought one.
We have plenty.
Yeah, we have a few here. Okay, and then after that's all stirred up really well,
Was this just vegetable oil?
just vegetable oil, right, yep. So again, that's a half a cup of pumpkin, canned pumpkin, a 1/4 cup of molasses, a 1/4 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and now we are going to add 2 cups of wheat flour. I don't think you have to gradually add it. No. Okay, so it's going to be 2 cups of whole wheat flour. And Gary thought that could be maybe just white flour, but it says whole wheat, so that's what we're putting in. And then we need,
I don't even get wheat flour in most of my recipes, but
well, I do this
she
other
treats
one.
the dogs a lot better than me some
Okay,
days. I
then
think. What
I'm
is
doing
it, a quarter?
a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda.
This looks like a quarter. Just stick it in right anytime.
Yep. And if you're looking to find some dog bone cookie cutters, we ended up going to one of our favorite stores, which is Hiller's. And of course, they had them. So they had 3 different sizes. But I think for puppies, dogs, this is probably a good size for our puppy treat. And then Gary has a cookie tray that is slightly
All
greased.
set, all greased, lightly, very lightly greased.
And that looks almost done there. And then we're just going to put a little bit of wheat flour. So it's basically like doing cutout cookies. We're going to put a little bit of flour on the board. These are actually kind of fun to make. I didn't know how exactly they would turn out, but when we cut them out, they stayed basically the same size as a cookie cutter. So if you want to give me about a 1/4 or about a 1/3 of that, and then we're going to roll that much out. And what's kind of nice, I'll take another one about that much. What's kind of nice with this, it doesn't get all sticky and everything. I just kind of made it into a ball like that. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my rolling pin. And then we're just going to roll, just like we would if you were making other cookies.
More flour on there?
Nope, that's good. I turned it over. So when your cookie dough, if it's puppy treat cookie dough or regular cookie dough, starts getting a little bit sticky, I turn it over and then I just put a little bit more flour on it. So just like your other cookie cutters, I always dip my cookie cutter in flour, press down, and just keep going around your circle. And I also try to get as many cookies cut as I can. So in this case, we'll just, sometimes you don't always have to flour each time. Let's see, I think I need a knife, Gary. So after you get your bones all made, then you're going to bake this in a 350-degree preheated oven for 25 minutes. And it says to bake them until they get hard. And the ones that we made were a little bit, you could feel a little bit soft. Yeah, you can keep making them if you want to.
Okay. What do you do? Just roll it a ball? Like that?
No.
Like how?
No.
Not like that?
I mean, a big,
Bigger?
that, yeah.
Okay.
Then you can add some more
right.
flour on the bottom.
Okay.
And then just a little
Too much
there.
flour?
Yeah, you don't want to, too much. And this was how our bones turned out. And we decided that since there are no preservatives in your bones, you're going to want to probably keep them in the refrigerator because you don't want them to mold. And
And we don't know how long they're going to last.
Right.
So keep an eye on them. If you do make them, put them in the refrigerator, and they might last a few days, but I would check them every day.
okay, and that's good. So you just roll about a 1/4 inch thick,
Really?
not too thin.
Not any thinner, huh?
No.
After I
So,
was,
so as Denise talked about, there with the fundraiser tomorrow night, there's raffle baskets. So with the raffle baskets, they'll have like a bucket
Yes.
next to each auction item.
Yes.
And then you'll buy like will you have like a long string of tickets, or how will you sell your tickets?
We're selling the tickets. You can get 6 tickets for $5
Okay.
or 10 tickets for 15, 30
Okay.
for 20.
Okay.
So,
So you can try for those.
Yep.
And then, so this is going to be one of those
Yes.
raffle items. So we found kind of a cute little
Cute.
food dish or a watering bowl. And we have a quart jar with the puppy treat, the bones. And then Megan's dog, Mia, has really just torn apart a couple of these tug of war kind of toys. So we thought,
as well as your shoes,
as well as my
a
shoes.
couple times, not often.
So we thought that, maybe one of these little toys would be kind of cute to go with that. So that is one of those, the raffle bucket items that we're doing. And I love putting together baskets. So this is a breakfast basket. So this is a cream cheese, it's a raspberry cream cheese coffee cake. And we have all set for the fall, so there's plates and napkins and some Dunkin' Donuts breakfast coffee. This is some of our homemade granola, so you can have some granola. And then I love pumpkin candles, so then we thought we'd put a pumpkin candle in there. So that's a breakfast item. So I'm assuming that will probably be one of the silent auction
Yes.
items maybe. And what do they do with the silent auction then?
We actually have a sheet where you can place bids on by $5 increments.
Okay.
And we have a starting bid that you
Okay.
have to go by, and then we'll wrap that up about 7:15, 7:30. That'll
Okay.
be the last chance to bid on any silent auction items.
Okay, good. And then I have one more item that we're donating. Well, because we're big Badger fans, we do a lot we like to do different things with Badger items. So we made Badger and Wisconsin cutout cookies, and Gary did the frosting. So those are all frosted. And then we thought we would add, this is a W wreath, or a W cookie. It's kind of like a bar brownie mold that we have, but we've had more fun just making these cornflake, cookie things in there. So we've added that, and then I think had shown some pictures of our homemade salsa that we've been making. So we've got salsa and a bag of chips and red paper plates and napkins behind here. And here's your big buckets, so if you want to do a little tailgating, whether you go to a Badger game or just have some people at your house, we've got a tailgate basket here. So how are we coming here?
We're doing
well?
here. We're doing well.
Good. I never thought we'd be making puppy treats in our kitchen, but we might have to add this to our menu and have a puppy menu or something.
We could do that.
Well, when people are so concerned about, healthy eating, and I think a lot of people are pretty concerned about making sure their pets eat healthy too. So it's, kind of nice knowing that there's no preservatives and all that. So we're going to let Gary and Denise finish making these puppy bones, and we're going to introduce you to our special guest who's going to try out a couple of our special puppy treats. Okay, and it's not Denise.
And it's not Denise.
Okay, so we are out on our porch with Rosie, and she is Brianna's little puppy, and this was a rescue puppy too, which is really cool. So we're going to see if Rosie is going to like our treats. Rosie. Ah,
Oh, that was good.
cool. You're such a dainty eater.
That works.
So Rosie, hey. You like that? Yeah. Well, I think our puppy treats were a big success with Rosie anyway, and I'll look forward to having Megan's puppy Mia see what she thinks. So, from A Slice of Heaven and Cooking with Ruth, I hope that you've enjoyed this episode, and hopefully if you have some pets or grand pets, you'll be able to make some of these recipes, and I hope that the MAPS fundraiser tomorrow night on October 2nd is a huge success. So until next time, happy cooking. The last two, we apparently were so perfect, so we got to bloop up something today, I think.
She has a camera.
This is if he gets out of control.
I was going to say, I don't remember a rolling pin in this one.
You spilled.
Now this is not going to be on the bloopers, okay?
No, she won't bite.
This is messy.